Hi guys, welcome to an instructional video on how to make your marshmallow prac results into a graph with a line of best fit. The first thing we need to do is we need to copy our results of the tension of rubber band and the distance traveled by the marshmallow table. We need to copy that result from our table into Excel. So you notice here that the tension rubber band column is first, and I put centimeters in the top of the column there, and the distance in marshmallow traveling is also in centimeters, and they're at the top of the table. The reason I put centimeters at the top of the table is that it shows that centimeters is the distance that's being traveled or recorded in all of these measurements. If I were to put centimeters in these measurements here, Excel could not create a graph. So it's very important that you don't put centimeters in the actual numbers in your table, just at the top. Once I've got that table there, and I've recorded all my values, I then highlight the table as so, and then I click on the insert icon at the top here, insert, move to the chart section, and I'm going to insert a scatter or bubble chart. I click on the insert scatter, I move down to the fourth one here, which is the scatter with straight lines and markers, click on that, and I'll have a graph which comes up and it looks like this. So here's one I made earlier. This one here is the same as what I made earlier. When I've labeled the axes here, which is very important, to label the axes, you simply click on the plus icon, click on axes titles, and then you can double click and title them as you wish. But it's important that you do title them and you do give them units, or else we don't know what they're measured in. Once you've got your graph and you've labeled the axes there and given it a title at the top here, you then click on the plus icon at the top here. Again, plus icon over here, and you click on the trend line little drop box. That trend line box will add a trend line into your table, or sorry, your graph, and you can use that to predict how far your marshmallow would travel. So for example, let's take it back to this graph over here. If I was to bring the spoon or the rubber band down with a tension of 4.5 centimeters, that's in between 4 and 5, obviously. So I would need to move from the 4.5 centimeter tension rubber band. I move up to the line, the dotted line, or the trend line, and this can be used to help me predict exactly how far the marshmallow will travel. So I'm using my data to help me predict an answer. So I move from I want to know how far will the marshmallow travel with 4.5 centimeters of tension on the rubber band. Move up to the line, the dotted line, and then I move across from the dotted line, and it will travel about 50 centimeters in horizontal distance. If I was to look at 1.5 centimeters of tension on the rubber band and how far that would travel, I then move up from 1.5 with my ruler, move across, and I can see that the rubber band with the tension of 1.5 centimeters would launch the marshmallow about 18 centimeters in horizontal distance. So you're using your line of best fit here to make a prediction about how far you think the marshmallow will go. And that is how you can use it to help predict how much tension required to score your marshmallow in the cup that you need to score it in. Thanks for listening.